Hello everyone, this is Nighthawk here, and welcome back to my Pokemon team if I was in the anime. In the last episode, I traveled through the Unova region with an interesting team, but now it's time to head into the next adventure, which I hope you find interesting. Also, since I love the Kalos region so much, this episode might be a little bit longer than the previous ones. Normally these scripts are like a page and a half, this one was almost 3 pages long. Also, according to YouTube's analytics, only a small percentage of you guys who are actually watching these videos are subscribed, and if you like these videos, I recommend subscribing. Now, let's head to the Kalos region. My journey through the Kalos region. Starting out this new adventure with new dreams and the fiery determination to win the league this time, Alexa and I land in the Kalos region. She tells me if I want to start anywhere in the region, she recommends her sister's gym in Shalour City. However, I would need to head to the Pokemon Center in Lumiose City to register for the Pokemon League. As I walk down the streets of Lumiose City, I see that there is a man standing outside a building. He rushes over to me, asking if I was Ian from Kanto. I told him I was and why he was asking. He told me that his name was Professor Sycamore and was a fellow researcher like Professor Oak. He told me that Professor Oak had contacted him about my arrival. We both went back to the lab where I talked about my journey and why I have come to compete in the Kalos region. He tells me about the strange evolution that takes place here in the Kalos region, known as Mega Evolution. Using his Garchomp as an example, he told me that Garchomp could still evolve but change back to his normal form after a battle. This new type of evolution could be the thing I need to win the league this time. He asked me if I had any Pokemon with me. I told him just my partner Blastoise. He told me that he had been doing research on Blastoise about his Mega Evolution. He told me that if I'd like to learn more about Mega Evolution, I would get more answers in Shalour City. So, with that information, he hands me the Kalos Pokedex and asks me if I'd like to pick a starter Pokemon. He brings out 3 Pokemon, Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. With this tough decision in mind, I look towards Chespin as I add him to my team. Yes, I know that most people would pick Froakie, and I would too, but I already have Blastoise, so there's really no need to have another strong water type on my team. With that in mind, I head to the Pokemon Center to register. Once that is done, I make my way towards Shalour City. On the way to Shalour City, I come across a wild fletchling. Using Chespin for the first time, we successfully catch the flying bird of the Kalos region. Once I arrived in Shalour City, I found the gym that Alexa was talking about. I went inside to ask Viola for a gym battle. She told me that Alexa let her know that I was coming. We headed onto the battlefield for my first gym battle of the Kalos region. For being the first gym leader of the Kalos region, I really underestimated the strength of our bug-type Pokemon. I lost, and it put me into a place that I hadn't felt in a while. I know that I could just use my Blastoise, but I didn't want to rely on my Blastoise all the time. Luckily, Alexa could see how much I was struggling and offered to help me train. We trained for hours by the Pokemon Center, and I finally had a counter to some of Viola's moves. The next day, I went back to the gym for a rematch, winning the Bug Badge. Making my way towards Shalour City, I did some time at the Battle Chateau to help me learn some new battle styles, met some new people, and even raced in a Rhyhorn race. Finally, I made it to Shalour City, where I met Grant, the rock gym leader. His Pokemon were easy to beat due to type advantages. However, I will admit that Tyrant was pretty tough. But I was still able to come out on top with the Cliff Badge. With 2 gym badges in my win, I soon came across a stray Helioptile that seems to be in trouble. I followed it back to its den to find out that a group known as Team Flare had been taking over its cave to look for Megastones. I helped bring down Team Flare with the help of Chespin and Helioptile. After that, I decided to catch Helioptile, along with finding a fossil that I would later bring back to life. I later met a trainer named Diantha, who I soon find out is the champion of the Kalos region. The two of us have a battle between my Blastoise and her Gardevoir. She shows me what Mega Evolution looks like for the first time, and she makes quick work of me. She told me that in time, I will become a strong trainer. After an experience with air battles, going through Mirror Cave, and even attending Professor Sycamore's camp, also, while I was at the Pokemon camp, Professor Sycamore gave me the Megastone I would need for Blastoise, but I would need to obtain the Keystone from Shalour City. Once making it to Shalour City, where my battle with Karina will soon begin. Her and her grandfather told me about Mega Evolution and how it works. Once I was given that information, I started my battle with Karina. Her Mega Lucario was something I have never experienced before in battle, even when I was battling that trainer back in the Sinnoh League with the Legendaries. Fortunately, with Blastoise's strength and determination, we came out on top, winning the Rumble Badge. After beating Karina, she wanted to have a separate battle that was a one-on-one with Blastoise and Lucario, but this time she gave me a Keystone so that I could be on even footing. So I take the Keystone and Blastoise Mega Evolves for the first time. And this time, I'm easily able to take down her Lucario. My battle with Ramos went by without any issues, winning me the Plant Badge. When making my way back to Lumiose City, I came across a strange purplish blob. It turns out that it is a Pokemon known as Gumi. I decided to catch it due to the fact that it is known to be one of the weakest Dragon-type Pokemon. I believe that it could change that. I make my way back to Lumiose City for the battle with Clement. His Luxray was very powerful, but with the help of Mega Evolution, I was able to win the Voltage Badge. While I was in Lumiose City, I found out that there is a shop that sells evolution stones, but can also bring fossil Pokemon back to life. So I buy 2 stones, a Sunstone and a Dusk Stone, and give my fossil to them, and they come back to me with an Amore. And I give the Sunstone to Helioptile, evolving it into Heliolisk. I later find myself a Pokemon called Honedge, who I catch and swap out for Heliolisk. I then make it to Dandemil City, where I meet a young trainer named Sawyer, who hails from the Hoenn region. He told me that he saw my battle in the Hoenn League a while back. He wanted to learn more from me and asked if he could watch my gym battle against Valerie and her fairy types. Now, when it comes to fairy types, I didn't really know much about it until I found out that Honedge is a steel type and that steel is strong against fairy. So with that help, Honedge and Fletchinder and I were able to win the Fairy Badge. On the way to Anastar City, I entered Fletchinder in a relay sky race that helped him evolve into Talonflame. I visited the Pokeball factory. I even found and battled a Moltres where Quilladin was able to evolve into Chestnut. I arrived at Anastar City to have a battle with Olympia and her double battling style with Meowstic. I used Talonflame and Chestnut to help win this battle, winning me the Psychic Badge. On the way to Snowbell City, I met up with Sawyer again. We battled and my Honedge evolved into Doublade, and Gumi evolved into Sliggoo. After that battle, I gave the Dusk Stone to Doublade, evolving it into Aegislash. After that battle, I decided to stay the night at the Pokemon Center. The next morning, I met a trainer named Alon. He told me he saw my battle from yesterday and noticed that I had a Keystone and would like to have a battle with me. I told him sure, and we battled with his Mega Charizard X and my Mega Blastoise. He was able to beat me though, type advantage would say otherwise. We went our separate ways and said we would meet again someday. I also found and battled a Zapdos, once again losing to another legendary. After making it to Snowbell City, I find out that Sawyer had just got done battling Wilfric. I feel as though I'm ready to battle Wilfric myself, however, I wasn't and lost. I lost so many times lately that I start to lose faith in myself. I finally do some training to get stronger. I then head back to Wilfric and use Mega Evolution once again, and I beat him with my new strategies and I won the Iceberg Badge. I now had all 8 gym badges of the Kalos region and was ready to make my way back to Lumiose City for the Lumiose Conference. On the way there, I did some more training where I was able to evolve Sliggoo into Goodra and Amora into Aurorus. This time, I felt that my team was going to win the league and that I would become the champion. After making it to Lumiose City, I met up with some trainers from the Pokemon camp, Sawyer, and even Alon. My team and I make it through the first few rounds, and when it comes down to me and Sawyer in the top 4, this battle left the whole stadium in shock. His Mega Sceptile was very powerful, but my Blastoise was just able to make it out on top. Along with Talonflame's ability, Flame Body helped out as well. I had beaten Sawyer and was about to go up against Alon. I have battled Alon twice and lost both times, and now this is the 3rd time I'm about to face him. and he is the only thing standing in my way to becoming the champion. The battle is long and hard, and when it comes down to our final Pokemon, it's Mega Charizard X versus Mega Blastoise. Heavy hits are dealt on both of each other's Pokemons. Alon commands Charizard to use Blast Burn, and I tell Blastoise to rush in with Skull Bash using Protect. This protects Blastoise from the Blast Burn, still connecting with Charizard. With one move left to finish it off, Alon uses Flamethrower, and Blastoise uses Hydro Pump to fly through the air like Bakugo does in My Hero Academia with his arm cannons, and with one cannon still left, Blastoise uses Dragon Pulse. Both Charizard and Blastoise hit the ground as the dust settles. After the dust clears, they're both standing as Charizard falls to the ground. This gives me the win, making me the winner. The crowd roars with excitement. I fall to my knees with tears in my eyes, softly saying, I won. I rush over to Blastoise as we cheer over our overwhelming victory. We finally won a league. Diantha presents us with the Champions Trophy for winning the Kalos League. Professor Sycamore tells me that there is a party waiting for me back at the lab. I head to the lab with him. There I see Alon, my friends from camp, Sawyer, and some other trainers there as well. After the party, I start packing my bags and head back home to tell my mom and Professor Oak about my win. After arriving back at Pallet Town, I tell Professor Oak about my win, and my other Pokemon are happy to see that we finally won. Everyone, that was my adventure through the Kalos region. My character has finally won a Pokemon League. He is now crowned the champion of the Kalos League. Writing this script, I loved it so much. I actually was looking at the episode guide for XY and XYZ to know what like certain things would happen to kind of implement them into this one. I know that my Pokemon choices, I guess, could have been a little bit different, but I feel like this one is unique because it's unique to me. I was also tempted to try and do something else with Chestnut, making like a Bond phenomenon thing. So instead of making like Ash Greninja, making Ian Chestnut. I know that'd be kind of cringy, but I didn't have any time or I didn't have anything to do that with, so I didn't. But this time, my character finally won the league. Yes, my character will still be going to Alola and Galar soon. But for right now, he has won the Kalos League. He is now the champion. And the story will, I guess, begin to change a little bit from here on out. But yeah, that was my adventure through the Kalos region. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next one. And let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the Pokemon I chose and the storytelling for this one. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day.